Welcome everyone to How to Retain New Teachers from Day One. This is Shelley Vail-Smith with Bright Spot Ed. Thank you for joining us. And why does this matter? For most of you who are at the school level, you are involved in hiring to get ready to go back to school this fall. So you know that it takes a lot of time and effort and it's stressful. And having high turnover can really affect the overall morale of your school. Not to mention, you're going to have to train these new hires in the programs that you want them to do. And this can really become expensive. The overall cost for replacing new teachers ranges from $10,000 to $60,000. When you do the math on replacing multiple teachers, that really adds up, and you would much rather spend that money on our students and developing our teachers. It also has a really negative effect on our students' achievement, especially in math and English language arts. And this is especially prominent in our low-performing schools and those with our high percentages of minority students. If you are replacing a high-performing teacher in a low-performing school, it's estimated that it will take 11 hires to replace with another high-performing teacher. So it's really essential for our high-performing and for our other teachers to retain them. We want to make sure that our teachers stay once they start, because losing a teacher in the middle of the school year is also really detrimental to students, because it equals 32 to 72 days of instructional loss. So why do teachers leave? We know that there's many of these factors that are beyond our control. They retire, they have family that they need to take care of. They maybe are leaving the profession because the money is not sufficient. They are not getting promoted as maybe they thought that they would. So we really have to focus on those school level factors, which include support, the relationships they have with their principal, with their colleagues, and also their working conditions. So we really want to make a good first impression from the time that we contact them for an interview, throughout the interview, and even afterwards. You are trying to show them what it will be like to be part of your team, and so it is really essential for you to have your best foot forward. And then regardless of whether they get the job, you're still building your relationship with this person. And I really encourage you, regardless of the outcome of this interview, to pick up the phone and call this person. It's really fun to call someone and tell them you've got the job, but it's really easy to avoid that contact with people that you've not chosen. However, if you will do that, you will build a relationship with that person, and perhaps you will end up hiring that person later. Or maybe they will just tell others about the great impression that you made on them by doing that simple call. Another important thing is to get your team involved in welcoming this person. They are going to be a huge part of the reason that this new teacher stays. And an indicator for new teacher happiness is having made a work friend. Some other no-cost welcome ideas: using social media to welcome, and this is going to be a great way to introduce your new hire to parents and students in your community. Also, if you will call and check on these new hires before they actually start, this is another great way to continue to build this relationship, and it also gives you the opportunity to communicate essential information. When can they get into their classroom? What are the things that they need to do? If at all possible, meeting them face-to-face on their first day is a great way to show them that you value them. If you can't, have someone ready to assist them, and then at all possible, check on them at the end of the day. Is there anything that they need? Again, this is not just about the functionality, but it's about relationship building. What we really want is a checklist and a process for how you're going to make sure that your new employees are taken care of. And I would suggest that your existing teachers help you make this checklist. Not only will they be more invested in the success of this new person, but they're going to know more about what needs to be done with them. One of the huge ways that you can build a relationship with new employees is through the use of 30, 60, 90-day check-ins. And this is really a very brief discussion with your new employee face-to-face, and you ask 3 questions: what's going well, what needs to improve, and what resources do you need to do your job better? And of course, you're wanting to find out the answers so that you continuously get better and help this new person. But more importantly, it's about building a relationship with this new employee. For new teachers, our support is essential, and that's either through mentors and also making sure that they have a really great chance of being successful, having a great class schedule, having limited extracurricular activities. Knowing that if they struggle, then we want to give them the kind of support that they need. Classroom management is a huge issue for first-year teachers. And so we want to make sure that if they're struggling with this, we give them the right support. We know that they often struggle with planning and paperwork. So those are things that we can do very easily for all new teachers that will help their experience be positive. We have resources for you. We have recordings of webinars. For this particular webinar, there is a 30, 60, 90-day check-in document on our website that you are welcome to use. Thank you so much for attending. Check us out on our website, brightspoted.com, and also on social media.